Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jay Park. I'm the Chief Executive Officer of Reconnaissance Energy Africa Limited. We like to call ourselves Recon Africa. We're a TSXV listed company, trade under the symbol of RECO. And we have an exploration block in Namibia that we think is very exciting. What I'd like to do today is to talk to you about the block and the opportunity, the team that's managing it, and then the reason why we think it's an attractive investment for you. So we start with the presentation. This is kind of my summary slide, if you will. We're showing here that we have a very large block in the Kavango Basin, 6.3 million acres, 25,000 square kilometers, the same size as the entire Eagleford Basin in Texas. And we think it's therefore one of the most significant undeveloped basins of this depth anywhere in the world. We have a Sproul International, the reservoir engineering firm out of Canada, that's done a resource evaluation, and they estimate 12 billion barrels of oil in place in the best case environment. We have a 3-well drilling campaign that we will begin in the year 2020. So the box there here shows some key statistics about our company. We recently completed a reverse takeover that has us listed on the TSXV exchange under the symbol RECO. We have 61 million shares outstanding. Our current share price is 26 cents a share, which is up nicely from the concurrent financing during the RTO, where we offered a unit at 20 cents per share. That's a 1 share and 1 warrant. Our market capitalization is a modest $16 million, and that's what we're looking to grow. We have an insider ownership of about 50%, all escrowed, and so we have a fairly modest float that's trading now. Consequently, trading is a bit thin, and that's another area we intend to improve. Let me talk about the opportunity. This map shows the southern cone of Africa and the location of the Recon Africa block, which is in the northeast corner of Namibia. The block touches the border with Angola to the north and Botswana to the east. It's within a sedimentary area of the southern cone of Africa, and specifically within the Karoo-Permian Seaway. This area features the White Hills Permian gas shale play that Shell has in South Africa, where the EIA estimates 390 TCF of gas. We are in the same depositional environment in the north in our block in Namibia. We believe we've got the same kind of environment for the Permian shales to be developed in this region. The government did a very good geomag survey on a tight 200-meter grid, which we have interpreted in the northeast corner of Namibia, using the services of Bill Cathy of Earthfield Geophysical. Bill is a renowned geophysicist. He does all of Chevron's geophysical work and work for many other companies as well. Bill was excited by what he found here. He says we have a very deep 30,000-foot basin. And he said, nowhere in the world is there a basin of this size and this depth that does not produce commercial oil and gas. So it's our job to prove him right in respect to the Kavango Basin play. Our plan then is to drill 3 stratigraphic test wells, as you can see them located on this map. They don't look close together because of the way this map is shown, but in fact, the objective is to test the deepest parts of this basin and establish whether or not we have a working petroleum system. When you look at the block itself, you will find that it's quite remarkably large at 25,000 square kilometers, the same size as the entirety of the Eagleford in Texas. And we think we have a lot of analogies to what the Eagleford is when we look at our block as well. And part of the reason we're excited by it is that although there have been no wells drilled on the block, the nearest well, in fact, is 100 miles to the west. It's the ST1 well drilled in the Etosha Basin. It found 100 meters of Permian shales. Now, we believe that as you move to the east in the Kavango Basin, those shales get thicker and deeper, and that we are going to find hydrocarbon-bearing Permian shales, much like Shell has in the Whitehill Play in South Africa. But I speak a lot of the shales. The truth is we think it's a hybrid play. That we think there's both the non-conventional, with Sproul saying that we have optimal conditions for preserving a thick interval of organic-rich marine shales, and a conventional play where geologists that we've worked with in Africa think that we've got the right trap configurations to encounter reservoir rocks. So it's conventional and non-conventional. It's a basin that's optimally conducive to a functioning petroleum system. It needs to be drilled, and that's our plan. This map shows the infrastructure on the block. First of all, you'll see the block is in green in the northeast corner of Namibia. Along the northern coast is the Okavango River. And so we have a ready water resource available within the block. The Okavango River then turns to the south in Botswana and forms the Okavango Delta, one of the world's most famous safari areas. That's where Harry took Meghan for the honeymoon. And it's only one of two rivers in the world that drains inland, to which you say, why would a river drain inland? And the answer is, it's a basin. And that's what you're looking for in oil and gas. And we also have running through the block the Brown Line, which is a good 2 to 4 lane paved road. And it's 140 miles on that road to get to the railhead at Grootfontein, and from the Grootfontein by rail straight to Walvis Bay. So we're able to bring equipment by rail and truck into the block. We're able to ship oil by truck and rail right to the South Atlantic. So we think it's a pretty good set of circumstances in the environment. We have a 90% interest in this giant block. The other 10% is held by Namcor, the state oil company. They're carried through the exploration phase. Our exploration phase continues until January 2024 with a right to extend it to 2026. We get a 25-year production license after we make a commercial discovery. The fiscal terms are quite attractive. We have a 5% royalty and a 35% corporate income tax, about as good fiscal terms as you're going to find anywhere. And therefore, we think it's among the most attractive fiscal regimes that you can find. And we're in Namibia. So we're in a politically stable country. It's a Commonwealth state, English-speaking, rule of law applies. The team that's managing this project includes me as CEO and director, Jim Granath, who is a renowned structural geologist who focuses on Africa. A number of papers he's written are on our website. Chet Idzizek and Ian Brown are two experienced resource executives who've been on the boards of public companies in Canada for a number of years. Our technical team is headed by Dan Jarvie. Dan is a geochemist who's one of the people that cracked the code of shale in the United States, working with Mitchell Energy and then with EOG. Books are written about this guy and what he's done. He's one of our founding shareholders. He's very excited by this project. Bill Cathy is the geophysicist I referred to that has interpreted the Geomag survey on this block. He's bought shares in the company for the first time in his 40-year experience. Later this week, Scott Evans joins us. Scott is the Vice President of Halliburton's Integrated Asset Management Team. He's leaving that job on Thursday and joins us on Friday. And we're looking forward to having his input on geological matters. And Dale Matiska, another geologist who's going to be getting the drill bit turning to the right for us in Namibia. Let me finish with this slide. I hope it's the one that persuades you that this is a project worth investing in, even though it's an early stage exploration project. This slide shows, with 4 data points, the value per acre in M&A transactions for shale projects in the US, Australia, and Argentina. Each data point represents 3 to 5 M&A projects that have happened and are publicly known based on data from Dolman, Bloomberg, and Reuters. If you are on a trend meaning that you have some regional geology and some old logs. The value per acre in M&A transactions is $40 per acre. If you are in an undeveloped stage, meaning you've drilled a well, you've got some oil and gas shows, you've got some logs, then the value jumps to $840 an acre, a 20 times jump. If you are in the appraisal stage, when you have some kind of a pilot project, some test production already underway, you're at $4,000 an acre. And if you're in the production phase with many wells producing, you're about $18,000 an acre. We consider that Recon Africa is currently, and the Kavango block is currently in the trend stage. Okay? That we have some regional geology, which is the Geomag survey. We have the well to the west, which gives us some logs, some log information. So we think we're at the trend stage, and the 3-well drilling program that begins in 2020 will have us firmly in the undeveloped stage. But if you buy our stock today at 26 cents per share, you're buying into this project at less than $2 per acre. So in the coming year, we see the potential for very significant growth in the value of this enterprise. And for that reason, we're hoping you'll join in and participate in this exciting project with us. Thanks very much.